Welcome to Nagesh Karasgi Orchid School. I am Savita teacher and I am teaching grade 4 science. Dear student, in previous session we have learnt lesson number 3 safety and first aid. In that lesson we have learnt safety rules at home, safety rules at school, on the road and in the playground. We are going to continue that lesson. Let us start today's session. In previous session we have learned safety. What is safety? Safety is the rules, safety rules to avoid accidents. Okay. So we have learnt what safety rules we have to follow at home, because accident can happen anywhere. So we have to follow safety rules at home. So in this, accident can happen in the kitchen. So we have to follow safety rules in the kitchen, in the bathroom and around the house. And we have also learnt that we have to follow safety rules at school also. Then we learnt safety rules to follow on the playground, and we learnt about safety rules on the road. Now we will recall the things what we have learnt in previous session. Now see, safety at home in the kitchen. First, what rules you have to follow in the kitchen to avoid accidents? What we have learnt? We learnt that you should not, means you never play with knives and other sharp tools because they can give you cut, and you should keep away from stove when it is switched on, because fire also is dangerous. So you should not go near the fire when that gas stove and all it is on, and you do not play with matchsticks. Never play with knives and other sharp tools. Keep away from stove when it is switched on, and do not play with matchsticks. When you want to use knives or matchstick, first thing is that you have to learn to use them properly from your adult, and you have to use them under adult supervision only. And do not use electric gadgets by yourself. After safety rules in the kitchen, we have learned that safety rules in the bathroom. As you know, there are dangerous to slip and fall on wet floor and to get shock with electric geyser, water heater and all. So what safety rules you have to follow? You should be careful in the shower so that you do not slip and fall, and never touch an electric switch with wet hands or while standing barefoot on wet floor. Otherwise you may get shock. So you have to avoid this. What you have to avoid? Touching an electric switch with wet hands, or while standing barefoot on wet floor you should avoid touching the electric switch. And you should be very careful in the shower so that do not slip and fall. Now what safety rules you have to follow around the house we have learnt? Do you remember, students? Yes, so many things are there. Do not climb on a chair or table to reach things on high shelves. You can ask adult to hold the table steady for you. Then you can climb on the chair when somebody is there at home who can hold your chair and all. But I will suggest you do not climb on chair or table to reach things on high shelves. And if you spill something, wipe the floor dry immediately. If you spill something, you should immediately wipe the floor dry to avoid accidents. Means somebody may slip on that. and do not leave your toys or other things around on the floor. This is to avoid trip over the toys and fall down. Okay, you have to follow these all rules. And you should never take medicines unless your parents or doctors gives them to you. These things you have to do around the house. And do not play with items made of glass, they can break easily. And do not run on stairs. A fall on stairs can be very dangerous. Yes. And still some more are there. Rules are there which you have to follow around the house, that do not eat stale food, it can cause food poisoning. Everybody remember the rules which you have to follow at home. In the kitchen, you should not play with knives, matchstick. You should always keep away from the fire. Yes, you should not use electric gadgets by yourself. These rules you have to follow in the kitchen. And in the bathroom, you should be very careful when you are in the shower to avoid slip and fall. And you should not touch electric switch with wet hands or when you are standing barefoot on wet floor. These things you have to follow in the bathroom and around the house. See this, do not eat stale food, it can cause food poisoning. You should not run on the staircase to avoid fracture and dangerous accidents. You should not take medicines by yourself. You should not climb on the chairs or tables to reach high things on the shelf. Yes, these all things you have to follow around the house. Now, we will see what are the safety at school. See, in schools, many accidents occur when you are in hurry. So, you should be always careful in school also. So, what you have to do in school to follow safety at school? See, do not run and push each other. Instead of this means running here and there, you can walk, so to avoid hurting each other. So do not run up and down, you may fall and hurt yourself and others too. And you should not climb on desks and chairs, and do not throw things around in the classroom. These all things you have to follow at school. Once again I will tell you, see, in the school many accidents occur when you are in hurry, so you should be always careful at school also. You should not run and push each other. Do not run up and down, you may fall and hurt yourself and others too. Never climb on desks or chairs, and do not throw things around in the classroom. Now what safety rules you have to follow at play? See, never push or kick someone while playing. While playing a game, you should not push or kick someone, because by doing this you may hurt each other. So always you have to follow the rules of game to enjoy the game. Okay. And you should not swim alone. You always swim under adult supervision. And if you are not good swimmer, stay at the shallow end. These safety rules you have to follow at play. Now we will move to the next thing, which is very important, safety on the road. As you know that roads are not meant for playing. Never be careless when on the road, because even a little carelessness can lead to an accident. So always walk on the footpath and not on the road. And cross the road only at the zebra crossing, and you have to follow the traffic lights, obey the traffic lights signals. And while riding a bicycle, keep the left and follow the traffic signals and signal before you turn or stop. And one more thing is that look both ways to check if vehicles are approaching before you cross the road. And never run across the road. These all rules you have to follow on the road for your safety. Now why we should follow the safety rules? To avoid an accident, isn't it? Now, today we will see what is the first aid. First aid is the immediate care given to a person when he or she is injured or suddenly falls sick. After taking care also sometimes accident may happen. So that time we should help each other. So what is first aid? See, first aid is the immediate care given to a person when he or she is injured or suddenly falls sick. By doing this, we can help each other. First aid is very important. Now see, first aid can prevent the person's condition from becoming worse till medical help arrives. And in some cases, it can save a person's life. So first aid is very important as it prevents person's condition from becoming worse till medical help arrives, and in some cases the first aid can save person's life also. But see, it is very important that you have to remember that you should not try giving first aid to someone unless you have been taught what to do. If you don't know how to give first aid, then you should not try. Otherwise, you may make the condition worse. First aid is very important to avoid major risk or major loss. First aid is very important, but you have to remember that you should not try giving first aid to someone unless you have been taught what to do. You should know how to give first aid. If I am telling that my teacher told give first aid or the first help to the person who is not well or who met an accident, we have to help them. So if you try to give and if you don't know how to give first aid, so the condition may worse. So what you have to do? You have to remember that you should not try giving first aid to someone unless you have been taught what to do. If a person is seriously injured, do not try to move him or her. Okay, when a person is seriously injured, you should not try to move him or her. And this, if you try to move him or her, the person who is seriously injured, this can cause more damage. So what we have to do? The first thing to do is to get help. If you see somebody is injured, so first thing what you have to do? You have to get help from adult. The first thing to do is to get help. Try to find a doctor or an adult immediately. When you see that your friend is falling or something, first you have to try to get help. You have to try to find a doctor or an adult immediately. Until help arrives, keep calm. If adult is not there somewhere, if somebody will go and call them, so that time what you have to do? You have to keep calm and comfort the injured person. You have to make comfortable to the injured person, and do not let people crowd around. Do not let people crowd around. You have to do. Means what is the first aid? See, first steps are there. The first thing is to get help. You should call. You have to try to find a doctor or an adult immediately, and until help arrives, means until doctor or adult arrives, you should keep calm and you should comfort the injured person, and you do not allow people to crowd around. You can help the injured person yourself in the case of minor injury. See, if injured person means that injury or incident is serious, so you should immediately call an adult, and you should be very calm till somebody, adult or doctor arrives. And in some cases, in minor injury cases, you can help the injured person. What are that minor injury? We will see a small cut, a nosebleed or a minor burn or an insect bite. These are minor injury. See, a small cut, if a small cut is there to your friend or somebody, or a nose bleeding is there, or a minor burn is there, or an insect bite is there, in this case you can help that injured person. So here means I will tell you how you have to help them. Let us see. When small cuts are there, what you have to do? First aid. See how you can help. Wash small cuts well with soap and water, and then apply an antiseptic cream. Whenever you see that your friend got a small cut, what you have to do? You have to wash small cuts well with soap and water, and then apply antiseptic cream. And if there is bleeding, apply pressure with clean cloth to stop bleeding. So what you have to do? If bleeding is there, you have to apply pressure with a clean cloth to stop bleeding. Then what you have to do after that? Once the bleeding stops, apply antiseptic. You have to apply, and once bleeding stops, you have to apply an antiseptic and cover the wound with a bandage. See, once if bleeding is there, you have to apply pressure with clean cloth, and once the bleeding stops, you should apply an antiseptic cream and cover the wound with a bandage. Now we will see the next one, nosebleed. When a person or your friend face that nosebleed, in case of nosebleed, make the person lean forward, pinch the soft part of the nose and hold till the bleeding stops. I will show you picture. See, in case of nosebleed, make the person lean forward. You have to lean forward and pinch the soft part of nose and hold till the bleeding stops. And when you are telling your friend to pinch the soft part of the nose, that time what you have to do? You have to tell the person to breathe through the mouth, and if you can get some ice, wrap it in handkerchief and apply the ice pack to the nose to stop the bleeding faster. First what you have to do? In case of nosebleed, you have to tell the first person to lean forward, and you ask them to hold the soft part of nose, to pinch it for a while, so the bleeding will stop, and that time the person should breathe through mouth. Okay, and if you can get some ice, wrap it in handkerchief and apply the ice pack to the nose. This will help to stop the bleeding faster. Now we will see minor burns. In these minor burns, what you can do, how you can help. See, only minor burns can be treated at home. If the burns are serious, doctor should attend to them. What are the minor burns? What are the serious burns? Let us see. What is the minor burn? See, a minor burn is one in which a small area of the skin becomes red. I will show you picture. Here 3 pictures are there, but where I put circle, that is minor burn. A minor burn is one in which a small area of the skin becomes red, and if a large area becomes red and if blisters develop. See, what are the blisters? I will show you. The minor burn just now we saw, where in which the small area of skin become red. But if a large area becomes red and if blisters develop, what are the blisters? Blisters are a bubble on the skin filled with watery liquid. You can see in this picture where the large area become red, and that bubbles or blisters are there, which is blisters are bubbled on the skin filled with watery liquid. This is serious burn. Or sometime if the skin turns black, the burn is serious one. See the these two pictures are there. Those are serious burns. When the small area of skin become red, it is minor burn. But if large area becomes red and blisters develop, or if the skin turns black, the burn is serious one. So you can treat or you can help in the case of minor burns only. If serious burns are there, you have to call doctor or you have to meet doctor. For minor burns, what you have to do, see, for a minor burn, run cold water over it for about 10 minutes. When small area of skin become red, that time, that is called minor burn. And to treat minor burn or to give first aid for minor burn, what you have to do? You have to run cold water over it for about 10 minutes. And then you do not apply ice or butter on that. See, if small area on the skin become red, what you have to do? As it is minor burn, you can run cold water over it for about 10 minutes. Cold water means not from the fridge and all. Tap water you should run over it for 10 minutes, and do not apply ice or butter or anything else. And if only skin become red and no injury is there, that time you can apply aloe vera gel or aloe vera lotion. If there is no injury, you may apply an aloe vera gel or lotion. Now we will see how to treat insect bites, how to help a person who got insect bite. See, treat insect bites such as mosquito bite or small ant bites by washing the area with soap and water. If insect bites such as mosquito or small ant bites, how you have to treat this? By washing the area with soap and water, because whenever mosquito bite or this ant bites, now what happen? The skin become red and you may get itching near that skin. So what you have to do? You have to wash the area with soap and water and apply calamine lotion to stop itching. So how you have to do? See, first you have to wash the area where the insect bite with soap and water. You have to wash that area, and then you have to apply calamine lotion to stop itching. But you do not try to treat bee stings in this way, means washing hands and applying something. You should not do when bee stings are there, when a bee bite you, somebody. So that time what you have to do? You have to get help with removing the bee stingers, or you may make the injury worse. What will happen if you try to give the treatment, how you are giving treatment for mosquito bite and all, to washing hands with soap and water or applying something, or you try to give, remove that bee stinger by yourself, the condition of that injury may worse. So at this time what you have to do? You have to take help of the doctor. And sometimes some may feel fainting. Okay, so what happen? They may fall because of this fainting and all. So what do you have to do? How to give first aid while fainting? See, with the help of an adult, make the person lie down and raise his or her legs so that the head is lower than the body. If somebody is feeling faint, they may fall down. So at that time what you have to do? With the help of an adult, you have to make the person lie down and raise his or her leg so that the head is lower than the body. How can you do like this? I will show you picture. See, you have to make the person with the help of an adult. You make the person lie down and raise his or her legs so that head is lower than the body. You can put something below his legs. You can see in the picture. And what you have to do, you have to check that person is breathing and has a pulse. Pulse means what? Heart beating. You can feel this heart beating near the neck, and you can touch the wrist also. There you can feel some pulses. And loosen any tight clothes. This is all about how to give first aid. Now quickly we recall what we have learned today. Accident can happen when we are careless. To avoid accidents, we must follow safety rules at home, in schools, on the playground and on the road. What you have to do? You have to, as you know, accident can happen when you are or we are careless. To avoid accidents, we must follow safety rules at home, in school, on the playground and on the road also. First aid is the immediate help given to a sick or an injured person. It can save the life of the person. And you can help an injured person in case of minor injury. What are the minor injury we have seen? Like a small cut, a nosebleed or a minor burn or insect bite. In this way we finished our lesson. Now we will do some activities from the that Canopy textbook. We will move to the next part. We will see some questions. Now see, why should we not wear synthetic clothes in the kitchen? Yes, we learnt in previous session, as synthetic clothes catch fire immediately. We will see the answer. Synthetic clothes catch fire easily, hence we must not wear them and go near the fire in the kitchen. Okay, now we will move to the next question. Question is, why should you not touch electrical equipment with wet hands? Yes, if you touch electrical equipments with wet hands, what happen? You may get shock. What is the answer? We will see. Water is a very good conductor of electricity. It allows electricity to pass through it easily. So if you touch electrical equipment with wet hands, the electricity from the equipment can flow easily through your body and give you an electric shock. This is why you should never touch electrical equipment with wet hands. Okay, now we will move to the next part. We will see this animation.
Safety at school. You spend a large part of the day at school. It is important for you to stay safe. While at school, take care to see that you observe some rules. Walk. Do not run unless you are in the playground. Do not push anyone. Do not run down corridors or staircases. Do not climb up on desks or chairs. Do not throw things around in the classroom. While playing games, do not push or kick anyone. Follow the rules of the game. If you are in the swimming pool, make sure you do not push or pull anyone into the water. Stay at the shallow end of the pool if you are not a good swimmer. While boarding the school bus, await your turn. Sit down in the bus. Do not put your hands out of the window of the bus. Follow these rules to stay safe in school.
Okay, now we will see the next question. Why should you keep to the left side of the road when riding a bicycle? See, in our country, what is the rule? When you are riding a bicycle or you are riding any vehicle, you should always keep left, because from the other side, means your right side, some vehicles are coming from opposite side. So to avoid accident, you should always keep left side of the road when riding a bicycle. What is the answer given here? Let us see. In India, we drive on the left side of the road. This means that on the other side, that is the right side, traffic will moving in the opposite direction, means it is coming towards us. So if you drive or ride on the right side of the road, you will be in the path of oncoming traffic and can cause an accident. So this is why the rules say that you should always keep to the left. Understood, students? Now we will move to the next one regarding first aid. Okay, read what you need to do when someone is hurt, then drag and drop in the correct order the first aid instructions, so that you need to follow and press done after that. See, here 4 steps are given. First one is given here, keep calm and comfort the hurt person. Do not let people crowd around. If the person is seriously hurt, call a doctor or ambulance. Do not try to move the injured person. And when you see someone hurt, first get help. Try to find a doctor or an adult immediately and check to see how serious the injury is. If it is minor injury, you could provide first aid. So first step is, when you see someone hurt, get help. Means when you see someone hurt, first get help. You have to get help. Try to find doctor or an adult immediately. Then what you have to do? So what is first step should be? When you see someone hurt, first get help. Try to find doctor or an adult immediately. And you have to keep calm and comfort the hurt person. Do not let people crowd around. And check to see how serious the injury. If it is minor injury, you could provide first aid. And if the person is seriously hurt, call a doctor or ambulance. Do not try to move the injured person.
Well done.
Okay. Now in this way, today we learnt about safety and first aid. In safety, we learn safety at home, safety in the kitchen, safety in the bathroom, and safety around the house. And then we learnt about safety rules at school, and safety rules at play, and safety rules on the road. And after following safety rules also, if sometime accident happens, we can help the person. That is called first aid. But first aid means when we should give first aid, when we know what to do, then only. Otherwise, unknowingly we make the person's condition worse. So when we can give first aid? When the small cuts are there, or nose bleeding is there, or minor burns are there, or insect bites, or fainting. In this case only we can give first aid. Okay student, read the lesson carefully and learn all the new words, and instead of learning question answers, you have to follow these rules because this is very important. And dear student, this lesson is to learn and to follow throughout the life. Okay? This is all about safety and first aid. Read the lesson carefully and follow the safety rules at home and at school also, whenever you will come, and whenever you are on the road or you are playing, you have to follow the safety rules and you have to learn how to give first aid. But if you don't know, not to try to give first aid. Okay, thank you.